Hey there, welcome to me playing a visual novel. This one called Rising Angels Reborn. It was on Steam, just came out recently. Well, relative to me doing this video. Apparently you play as, I don't know, a young up-and-coming commander who's out to do a job, I guess, I don't know. So, yeah. Let's get started. You never feel as much pride as the first time you are given command. An instructor at the academy once told me that. There's something to be said about that. My first command was a listening outpost on some backwater swamp planet that didn't have an official name. I called it my watery hell. My command consisted of myself, 2 automated recording machines, and a virtual intelligence to manage the machines. I was alone during my stint as a lieutenant and a brevet captain. Brevets or brevet? Probably brevet. The only thing that kept me sane were the games from my virtual system. I'm pretty sure I managed to beat every single role-playing game known to the galaxy. Sure, there haven't been very many made since the war for our survival started so many years ago, but still. When I signed up to fight, I thought the Kata Defense Force would have been smart enough to send me to the front. Nope. I go to the watery hell with constant mold problems. They sent my classmates, who are all far less capable than I, to the front. Those losers got to command task forces and fight. And, like I predicted, most of them perished with their commands. They were blind fools, idiots. If I would have been there, this war could have been over by now. Wow, I sound a bit cocky. Instead, innocent people, brave warriors, and powerful war machines had to be sacrificed to some dumb tactical officer's bad battle plans. That was a bit of a tongue twister. Not anymore. I've been watching the Loadmaster and her droids moving cargo for a few minutes. I might have to inquire if she knows anything about my welcoming party. I don't like that word. As I walk up to her, I catch notice of her short stature and non-regulation issue hats. Great, she's a hobbit. I'm guessing that's like a hobbit. During my academy and training years, I never saw too many of them. While nimble and dexterous, they aren't what you would call our A-class students. Most of them are as dense as rocks. Even now, she's smiling and waving at me with unprofessional excitement. No bearing, no discipline. Excuse me, but could I ask you a question? Certainly, how can I help you? I glance over her uniform and notice a small insignia that tells me she's a lowly flight officer. If this is the sort of professional treatment my forces give, I'm gonna have a difficult time. Still, she is a member of the crew and someone I'm going to have to work with on a day-to-day basis. I can tolerate a little bit of it. I am Major Natalie Pusile. I'm going to call her Puck. Natalie Puck. I am looking for the brig. You are almost there. Thank you for your assistance, Flight Officer. I'm glad to help out. If you get lost, I'll be finished loading soon and I can show you around. That's kind, but I should be fine. Don't worry, Kylie. We're here to show her around, says Al. Oh, look at that. I'm guessing the angel wing guy is Al. Waiting at the end of the hall are a pair of majors approaching me. My real welcoming party, I guess. One of them is a handsome, pale-haired frickin' with large creamy wings and a soft cheery look on his face. The other man... Soul. You've gotten soft over the years, Natalie. Maybe I have, but at least I haven't gotten lax with my support, letting a kid load all of the supplies by herself. I expect better leadership from you. I always thought you were asleep during the delegation classes at the academy. You're one to talk. I knew you slept through the first aid course. Okay, I don't think that's a course you should sleep through there, Soul. Sounds important. Ow. I take it you two know each other? We graduated from the same academy class. Old friends. Is Major Hackett smiling? I know. This may be the sign of the Armageddon. This may be the sign of the Armageddon. Shouldn't it be the sign of Armageddon? I don't know. I'm just glad that something could warm my wingman's hearts. My name is Alphonse Tenzin. You already know, Soul. Major Natalie Puck reporting. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Flight Officer Kylie Michi. Or my guy. We'll call him Michi. I'm not actually a kid. I'm a hobbit. It's nice to meet you, Flight Officer Michi, though you could stand to listen to Soul a bit about professionalism. He is right about some things. I'm sorry, ma'am. It has been hard adjusting to military life. Keep at it. Be the best officer you could be. Yes, ma'am. I can see why you like her, Soul. Hush, Major Tenzin. We need to get going and let Natalie settle in before Razun gets her claws out. You mean Commander Razuna? Rasuna. I'm going back to loading the supplies, sir. Please. Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Do you see what I have to go through? That's why I'm glad to see you, Natalie. So I can correct you as well. Here, let me take your luggage. Are you sure? Let's drop these bags off and take a tour of the ship. It's small, but our work is cut out for us. I'd let him. Soul let Zuri carry all of her luggage without even offering a single shred of help. Zuri can roundhouse kick me through a wall. She didn't need the help. Sounds reasonable. Or Kylie. You didn't help Kylie with her bags. You douche. Yeah, you better stay silent. You packed light, as always. Oh, trying to change the subject now, are we? Uniforms and basic healthcare items. I packed just like the deployment list recommended. Most people don't listen to that. They seem to think we have plenty of space on the ship for things like dumbbells and personal effects. I was told the list was the official record. You were told right. The force is growing so slack. Take Kylie for instance. Meep! I don't think we could have had a better quartermaster. She's a wizard with our equipment. Nothing ever stays broken. If you need something, it is stock on the next supply run. But you saw how she treats superior officers. She seems to think regulations and professional behavior don't matter if you just do it well. We have those regulations for a reason. We deal with life and death situations. You have to be able to know exactly what the person next to you is going to do. Exactly. You wouldn't believe how grateful I am to have someone here who understands that. Rasuna just doesn't understand what being good and being a team. That being good and being a team just doesn't cut it. I'm pretty sure it does. Because if you're good and you're a team, you're a good team. Well, I'm here now. We'll start bringing the ship up to code. Damn right. So, you really didn't help poor Kylie with her bags. Haha. Cotton. It was okay. I managed. Oh, you poor thing. Soul, you're a dick. Well, he can help make up to it by helping finish loading up equipment. I think that's the first thing we can bring up to code. Haha. Ah! Only for you, Natalie. I'll help. Kylie never asks for help when she needs it. She seems like that kind of person. Let's show her the power of a trio of measures. I'm starting to believe that the gods may have blessed us with your presence here. If I can still move after this, I'll consider agreeing. Thanks, Soul. I'm only helping because Kylie is our quartermaster. I wouldn't waste my time if it was if some of those boxes didn't contain steaks from back home on Quinn. But then we are going back to the tour. No further delays, please. Deal. Welcome to the brig. It isn't much, but it beats being stuck in that tiny Corvette cockpit. You flew fighters? 2 years on the front line with the KSS Xeon. Sounds exciting. Not when you get caught up in a major conspiracy. Please tell me you aren't planning to overthrow the board of directors while you're working here. My career can't handle another one. Whoa, what? On second thought, don't ask. It brings up too many bad memories. Speaking of bad memories, where is your ball and chain? I thought both you and Elena were going to be fighter pilots together. Don't ask. Was it that bad? Ask me when I've had a few drinks. You don't drink? So don't ask me again, please. Sorry. Bad memories, Nat. I never thought befriending mutts could ruin my life in so many ways. Non-humans ruined your relationship? Wait, non-humans? Does that mean like a dog person? So it wouldn't... Ah, Soul's a racist also. A mutt. Major Hackett. We were talking about a pet a friend of mine had. It turned out to be a rabid dog. Then use the term dog. Remember what I said if I heard you disparage your fellow servicemen again. So he is a racist. I do, ma'am. And what was that? Immediate discharge, ma'am. That is correct, Major Pusao. That is correct. Major Puck, you would do well to note Major Hackett's lesson. We are a team here on the Nimros. We work as a single unit. I will not tolerate those who cannot act as a team on my ship. That is the one guiding principle that I must make clear. Yes, ma'am. My last experience with a Saito. Okay, my last experience with Saito was not a pleasant one. I hope to not repeat it. I bite my lip. Great. She is one of those commanders who have had a bad experience with our organization in the past. Sure, some of us may be a little cutthroat and determined, but we get results. The stories I've heard from my instructor were brutal. Selling out your command for a success was common, not an exception. Damn, that sounds horrible. What kind of organization are they running? I don't believe in that mentality. There are limits to how far you can go before you become the monster you are fighting to destroy. Never will I sink that low. Good. You have nothing to fear from me, Commander. Earn my trust, Major Puck. I want to give it to you, but you need to prove yourself. I will. Damn it. I completely forgot to report in. Ma'am, Major Natalie Puck reporting in. I am the Special Investigations and Tactic Officers assigned to the KSS Nimros. Welcome to my ship, Major. She's one of the best tactical officers in the force, ma'am. I've read the training report. Top of your class, correct? Yes, ma'am. How many failed out in your class? Around 40%? And the average is 20. Why do you think that happened? Lack of dedication. They were not cut out for the service. And what did you do to help them pass? Everything you could, am I right? We fight and die as a team on this ship, Major. Earn my trust. Yes, Commander. At 10:05, we will be holding an all-call for the ship. You will brief our mission to the entire crew. Until that time, you are off duty. Major Hackett will be your guide. Thank you. You have her quarters decided, Major Hackett. Yes, I was going to put her in the empty room. Sounds reasonable? Incorrect. She'll be rooming with Captain Moonfellow. And what will we be doing with the empty room? Our ship doctor says he is tired of sleeping in the midward and laying claim to it. That slimy... Yes, ma'am. That's all. Dismissed. Let's get out of here quickly before she thinks of something else. Wait, I have a question to ask. Alright. Certainly. What are you curious about? How is the comm link on the ship for gaming? Is the comm link speed strong enough for multiplayer gaming? Excuse me? I'm tired of playing single-player games by myself. There have been some amazing games released in the last few years that I want to play. I forgot you were a gamer. How could you forget? Even in the academy I played games when I had a rare free moment, remember? I do remember. I was just hoping that you may have had grown up after being taken away from them. Gamers will never grow up from games, man. I don't mock your hobbies, please don't mock mine. My apologies. Damn straight. There's nothing better than the occasional stress relief that comes from playing a fun adventure with friends in the lands of swords and shields. Soul just never understood. Though I agree with Major Hackett that your energies would be better used elsewhere, I understand the need for entertainment after duty. Regrettably, our transmitter is limited and all non-essential communications, including personal data transmissions, are limited. Meaning I won't be able to play any multiplayer games? Correct. You can still play single-player games. I beat all the ones I want to play. You can still play them with me. I want a challenge. Cold. Please tell me more about the ship. I've read up on the specs of the ship, but the profile suggested that this version might be different. I noticed that your ship's profile was different than the standard Harper-class command and control ship. You've got a very sharp eye. Yes, this ship has modified in depot. Really? But not for the better. Oh? That all depends. Our crew complement has been reduced due to the removal of the self-defense weaponry. What? Who removes weapons from a fucking warship? Wait, we have no defense lasers or cannons? Correct. So we have no weapons officer or loader. Also, our impulse drive is a KDS E591 instead of the standard E598. As much as I want to bluff understanding that one, lying won't help me here. And what impact does that have on us, ma'am? A larger engineering bay and larger fuel consumption, so our med bay is also removed. But the doctor works out of the secondary research bay instead. So we have no med bay and we have no weapons. What kind of warship am I on right now? Try not to get sick. He's a lecherous demon who has no ethics or Hippocratic oath. He's a non-human, isn't he? And an Afric, but that doesn't make him any less of a vile monster. I'll keep that in mind. Please do. It's only a matter of time before I catch him and have him court-martialed. Man, either Soul is a real racist, or that dude is really dangerous to be by. If we don't have any defense weaponry, do we have any security forces? What about security when I am at the ground site? We have Zuri. What is a Zuri? Is this some sort of defense robot? How I really wish it was. I would be able to turn it off then. Lieutenant Zuri is our security officer and in charge of defense systems on the ship, which means she doesn't have a lot to do and seems to find time in her day to just wander around and bother everyone. She wants to help out others. That doesn't sound like a bad thing, Soul. It wouldn't be if she had a better attitude. What's wrong? Is she grumpy? I thought someone like that would work well with you. Ha ha. No, she's perky. There have been some days where I just want to tear the happy right out of her soul. Damn soul. That's intense. Have I ever said that you remind me of really grumpy cats? Not in years. And you haven't changed a bit. Though she may be a bit overenthusiastic at times, Lieutenant Zuri is competent at her job and will provide you adequate security on away missions. Just don't expect her to shut up at all when she gets on her warrior rants. It'll be nice to have someone cheerful to hang out with now and then to compensate for Mr. Doom and Gloom. I'm just realistic and don't lie and sugarcoat things for you. I hate to cut the question and answer session short, but we should continue the tour. The tour. You don't want to start your first day tomorrow with no sleep, right? I can feel the first traces of exhaustion begin to set in. This is the first time I've had to do anything remotely like work in years. It feels wonderful, though tiring. Maybe having to mumble through the briefing tomorrow might make it a little more interesting. No doubts. By your leave, ma'am. Rest well, Major Puck. We expect much from you. Dismissed. Let's go drop off your medical records with Perv and grab a bite to eat. That sounds delightful. I'm famished. And I guess before we go on from here, this is where I'm going to stop it for this episode. Sounds actually pretty nice. I like it so far. Characters are cool. Soul's a bit of probably a dickhead racist so far. I'm sure that changes later. Ourself is pretty cool. I like the captain. Kylie seems cool. The winged guy. Story isn't so bad. So far, anyway. I'm expecting good things out of this one. So, hope you guys stick around for the rest of this. Have yourselves a good day, good night, good evening, whichever you want. Pick and choose from where relative you are, relative to where you're at. See ya.